The ladies are ramping up business. We meet Jen's mom, and perhaps most controversially, Claws takes on abortion. We have all that and more here on the Claws After Show, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Maybe the clawsiest song ever?
I think they're talking about me.
Are they?
Yeah.
Have you guys heard the Mickey Avalon song that this is making fun of?
I haven't.
No.
So there's a guy's version of this song that came out in the 2000s called My Dick. And she came out with this as like her own kind of feminist response to that song.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
That's
the same
awesome.
kind. I think this is kind of what blew Aquafina up. And as you guys may know, Aquafina's in Ocean's 8 now.
Yes.
We'll be talking all about that and more in our Song Spotlight feature. But of course, we're here today to primarily talk about Claws. It's on TNT, guys. Today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 2. The episode was called, I'll come back to that. I have it written down.
Cracker Casserole.
Cracker Casserole. That's right. Thanks, guys. But I'm not alone. I'm surrounded by a group of brilliant panelists, including Miss Jaimi Gray.
Oh, hello.
And Jasmin.
Hey.
Knox.
Yes.
Yes, I knew
Jasmin
that was
Knox.
right. I do have you go by something else, though.
Jazzy.
Jazzy. I love
like
it.
that. Jazzy.
It's funny, we have like our host names and we have like our professional names. I
Yep.
love
Oh,
it.
DJ names.
And guys, my name is Jeff. It's just Jeff, kind of boring every week.
I like
That
it.
was not boring. It's like
got a nice
iconic
ring.
name. You know?
It's iconic. There's a lot of me, but I'm the only Jeff Graham that matters, guys, and
Yes.
I'm here today. We're here to talk all about Claws, as I mentioned, guys. It's Season 2, Episode 2, Cracker Casserole. This was quite an episode, and I want to
Yeah.
hear what you guys thought of it. Before we do, I want to remind you guys, this is the Claws After Show. We're doing more than just talking about the episode. We will also be talking about our song Spotlight. I want to talk more about that Aquafina song later down the road. We have some news that I know Jaimi has for us, some Twitter shout-outs
Yes.
from Jazzy. We got a lot to talk about, and I can't wait to. But before we do, I want to hear what you guys thought of today's episode overall.
Oh, my goodness. Go ahead.
Okay, so hands down, I think this episode was way better than the first one.
Yeah.
I was like so just into it and intrigued of like, dang, this happening, this happened, this happened. Like it really just kept me in the whole time. But then once it got to the end of the episode, my feelings were coming all just a big explosion because I didn't know what to expect. I love how they just get you in the end and just keep you like hanging on like till you don't know what to expect. But it was
So
a lot of
are
chaos.
you on board with sort of what we saw at the end, or maybe not as much as the rest of the episode?
Not as much.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay. We'll get into it. Jamie, what'd you think?
Oh my goodness. I like this episode a lot too. I feel like it was really eye-opening because compared to the last episode, we got to meet a couple new people. But even this episode, meeting Jen's mom and, with Karuchi and her situation, it was just so many eye-opening things that I think were very necessary. So I thought it was a really eye-opening episode. I really liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I talked last week about our sliding scale of crime versus like just universe of Claws.
Yeah.
I feel like we were much more like they're shooting a commercial.
Yeah.
It's like a lot less. I sometimes like when it's not too overstuffed with plot.
Me
Right.
too.
We can just listen to Polly
pay
talk
attention to it
about.
more.
Yeah, we can listen to
Yeah.
Polly talk about her life as a dancer in a British
Love it.
accent.
And then it also seems like they become more themselves. We get to know more about them, like in
Yeah.
different like angles. So that's pretty cool too.
Definitely. Yeah, we got to see almost all the characters this episode. And this show does do a good job of balancing our characters,
Yeah, they do.
which isn't always easy in an ensemble show like this. But I think I want to start by talking about just ramping up business in general. Zlata's talking to Desna and talking about how, they want to open more clinics. They want to have
Right.
one more clinic open in the next 2 weeks, and they want to have 4 more open by the end of 5 months. So Desna's feeling the strain. Before we talk about their plan, though, to ramp up business, let's talk about Zlata and Desna's relationship.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about this pairing?
I like it, actually. I like it a lot. I like that Zlata was giving that cloth talk, that feminine cloth talk, where she was just saying, like, women, especially when she gave the shout out to black women, she was like, we're entrepreneurs.
Right.
We work hard. And what percentage was that? It was like a small percentage, but
I think it was like 30%. Or was it 40%?
let us know in the live chat if you guys can remember that. But
Please.
I love what she was saying. She was like, you are the GOAT, and you got this. I loved everything she had to say to Desna.
I actually like the relationship a lot too.
Yeah.
I really think it's becoming stronger and powerful. Like I think I mentioned before in the last episode, we're getting more of like opportunity to get to know Zlata. We know we can trust her.
Yeah.
She seems like she could be a trustworthy person, even though like you can't like mess her up in any kind of
She's
way.
hot and
Because,
cold.
like
Yeah.
she could turn on you instantly, but I think that she means very well, and I think she also looks up to Desna in a certain way. So I think that their relationship is cohesive and it matches. Like they're kind of one of the other.
I think that's what complicates their relationship is on paper, Zlata's awful. You know, she's the leader of the Russian
horrible.
mafia. She's pushing these women to commit crimes they don't want to commit, but she loves Desna and she sees
Yeah.
Desna for the queen that she is. So I mean, like the writers are doing a great job of making me like her, even though
They
she's
are.
bad.
They're doing a great job. But do you guys feel like it could change? Because let's not forget, Zlata shot her own sister in the head. So I would be a little nervous.
It
you
can
know?
change
'Cause
any second.
It could change any second. And, you know, because it's two women in power, is she really going to be all about the girl power? Or is she going to become, are they going to become rivals at the end? Because there's only one boss. And
Yeah.
Zlata seems very bossy. And Desna just does not want any parts of it.
What's interesting though is I feel like society tries to tell us that there's only room for one woman, right? I know like my fiance works in late night and she'll talk about how sometimes she feels like, you know, for the men in her office, those promotions are so easy and
Oh,
they're
for
so,
sure.
but like for the woman, like sometimes there's less spots, you know, and it's that can be a myth. And I
Right.
think she talks about how it's important to remember that can be a myth, but there's some truth to it too.
Yeah.
But what I like is I don't think Zlata subscribes to that notion. I think she feels like, you know, like I want both of us, like I want women only, like, and that's such a Claws mentality, I
Yeah.
think. And
Yeah,
I
for
don't
women.
trust her. I just don't trust her.
I don't trust her either.
I
think,
like her though.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, let's be real. You can't trust anyone
Right.
in
These
general.
days, yeah.
You can't. But I think Desna can learn a lot from Zlata, and Zlata can learn a lot from Desna.
True.
And that just probably work together. Like
Right.
it goes hand in hand, one way or another. So if it does turn some kind of way, it might just be in the best. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, of course, Desna needs to make some more money and start to ramp up their production, their operations. So she decides to shoot a commercial. What did you guys think of this subplot overall?
I love it. Like I said, I love how Desna just comes up with these random ideas and they just work. Like, and I like how she keeps her composure throughout the whole time. But the video came out perfect. It's kind of a clear explanation. Like sometimes everything that you do plan doesn't always work out. You should just let things be, and that just came naturally. The dancing with the guys in the end, like versus her, you know, directing like Dr. Ken to say this. Like it was just.
That
It was
scene was
funny.
hilarious to me. Just even with him, Dr. Kim, with all the accents that he kept trying to put on, I'm like, what is going on here? So I like how they switched it to the dancers, but I also like how Desna, she does not play. She's like, so you don't have a choice. You're going to be doing this commercial whether you like it or not. We got to get some money, got to get some customers in here. So I liked the outcome of it because at first I was like, where is this going? So, but when I first saw it, I was a little confused. I was like, how is this going to help them by having the dancers? But I saw my favorite dancer with the long hair and the booty.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he looked
He's very
amazing. So
scrumptious.
yeah, I liked it. It's just, you know, not probably what I would have done, but it was cool. It was cool.
I sort of suspect that the Claws writers are going to have at least one scene of scantily clad dudes dancing this season
Nowadays.
for every episode. I feel like that's like a rule. Sometimes writers' rooms will talk about like we need this in every episode,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's like objectified men dancing in speedos. Seems to
Yes,
be-
that leg kick, I was like, ooh. Yeah, they did that.
This mostly worked for me. I think they tried to make it like the comic relief of the episode. I think some of it was
Yeah.
funnier than others.
I think it helped. I think
yeah.
it helped just because like last episode it was just drama, whereas
Right.
this one
It
had
was.
like it had balance. You know, it's like you had your drama, you had your action, you had your funny moments.
And you also
I
had
liked
your
it.
PSA too. I think
Yeah.
I love that. To me, they really had like a huge limelight on like the abortion and it being
Yeah.
like your choice.
Oh,
like
yeah.
how they meshed it down. It's like a Brady Bunch kind of like
Yeah.
box. Like that was so cool.
Yeah, we'll get into that. I'm excited to talk about that. But and do you guys think this commercial is going to affect us later down the road? Like, it's interesting because it kind of seemed like this one-off little joke thing, but they spent a lot of time on it this episode, so I'm guessing that we're not done with it.
I don't know. Honestly, I could not tell you because I was so confused by the commercial in the first place. You know, as far as the issues that might arise from the commercial, I really don't know. I don't see anything negative happening from it. If I had to guess, I'd say because some of the dancers from Hammer and Pickle, or Pickle and Hammer, because they're on camera, that might be like a dead giveaway and cause more drama between mafias to where they're able to like pinpoint people
Interesting.
and start drama. So that's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, I'm just thinking like it's just a commercial. They're just trying to get money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it would turn out negative, but I can see where you're getting that from just because of the commercial itself. It draws
Yeah.
more attention. And it's like, well, what are they really doing over there? What are they really serving? Like, since when is a clinic all fun and games and it's just colorful and all,
Yeah.
you know? So it does bring a lot of awareness to others who are like, and who knows, may want like undercover cops to come out and scope a scheme. But for the most part, I think they're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know like they were waiting on those retweets and like waiting for it
That
to go
was funny.
viral. But I kind of wonder if that's gonna if that's gonna be a consequence later. Like they want it to blow up so much that I just, knowing this show, I feel like it's not gonna be good for them.
It's not a smart move because even if you think about Reva when she had the nursing home full of all the old people with guns, like that you would have never expected. Whereas with this commercial, it's gonna make it hot, so be careful.
Well, of course, ramping up the business and stuff in the clinic wasn't all we were dealing with. This was a very Jen-heavy episode. Jen
Yeah.
Lyon, one of my favorites on this show. Great, interesting stuff for her character and kind of her world. Most importantly, we're introduced to her mom. This is actress Louisa Strauss from Chicago. How did you guys feel about Jen's mom?
I liked her intro. I always like when the mom is a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess you could say freaky, because I'm like, okay, my mom is definitely not like that at all. So I like that she has like a different type of character for her mom. So she had a good introduction. Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I think it was just too much. I mean, I love the fact that like your parents have your back they should, but they should also tell you too when you're in the wrong. And so I just felt like she was just so in the business. Like when she was first brought over and Jen was talking to Des, like she was just too much in the know. It's like, Mom, know your place. And then the day you're my mother,
Yeah.
So, and we see where that led her in
She's
the
a
end.
cool mom.
Yeah,
I know. I was
A little
totally
too cool,
thinking
Jasmine.
very
With
Amy
the blonde
Poehler.
hair, yeah.
Very Amy Poehler and Mean Girls. She reminded me actually a lot of Jen though, and like I will say from a casting perspective, I think they nailed it. And I
Yeah.
think this actress did a really good job of taking on the qualities. It's interesting in television. Whenever you cast a mom, they have to do the job, like the character work of what kind of mom would I have been like to have raised the daughter that turned out this way. So you kind of have to think backwards because you're the
Yeah.
one who's being introduced.
Right.
And I thought she did a really good job of creating and pushing a character that seems like the kind of mom that would have raised Jen.
Right.
Specifically with what we saw at the end. In fact, I think we should go to that next because we're naturally segueing into it.
Okay.
Her mom is helping her all episode. She's even going to make her cracker casserole, which you could argue we got the real cracker casserole at the end.
Yes.
Everyone's on the floor in the bedroom. But boy, this was quite a turn.
Yeah, it was.
We see
That was crazy.
Yeah, just to remind you guys, we see that Brenda is
Ooh.
going down on Jen's husband.
Well, as she
Yeah.
says, she was getting him ready for her.
No.
No, there's
ma'am.
no way you can get someone ready without you actually doing it. Okay.
I don't even blame Jen for wanting to fight her. Like, how would you guys have reacted if that was your own mother?
I would have the exact same thing.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are like respect your mom, blah blah blah. But
No.
it's like you can already see that their dynamic and their relationship is completely different. But if I saw that, to be honest, I don't know what I'd do, and that scares me.
Right, I know.
You know,
That's, yeah.
because her husband and they've already gone through their own drama. So do you feel like also, granted that's her mother, but why are we always blaming the women? So her husband is also in the wrong too.
Right.
He's the one positioning himself. So what do you guys think of that?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because when I was watching the episode like twice, I was thinking to myself like, okay, why is Jen the one at fault for having an affair? She wouldn't have done that in the beginning if Bryce wasn't just on his Q's and toes. But I mean, he still didn't step on the relationship. He never cheated on her. He just
Right.
didn't really obey her. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's give and take. That's how I look at it. Like he's wrong, but
It's
he
twofold.
didn't like.
That's a horrible wrong.
I mean,
Right.
did he disrespect Jen?
Yes.
Well, here's what
her
it is.
mother.
Right.
No,
it's
no,
like-
no. I'm
Beforehand?
Well, yeah,
Before.
beforehand. That led to this in the first place.
He's a man, so probably. Let us know in the live chat or in the comments.
My thing is, there's an element in which maybe Bryce had the right to cheat. There's never ever a time when it's even remotely okay to cheat with someone's mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
never.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
that's it's like, oh, Bryce cheated, okay, with his mom. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the
I
moment when you're
visualize
like,
that as like someone spitting in my face. That's just ultimately
God.
like disrespectful.
right.
It hurts me now, and it's not even me.
The reason we need to talk about it though is because this was an interesting character choice from the fact that clearly Jen's mom has some relationship issues.
And insecurity. She has a lot of issues.
A lot.
But
A lot.
Jen does too. And
Yeah.
seeing that gives us so much context because Jen is a mess this season.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's a true mess. Now you can kind of see where she got it from.
Right.
You know, and people like that always worry me because she's not like she's in her 20s. She's like, what is she, like in her 30s?
Probably
like,
her
late
mid,
30s.
late 30s. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
late
so but
30s.
it's like at that time, I expect you to have a little bit of maturity, and I hate when I meet people like that are older than me, and I'm like, why do you act like that? But now I get it.
Some people
it's her mom.
kinda just
It's
don't.
Brenda.
Yeah.
Brenda had a baby, Tupac.
Some people just don't really grow up as well too. So
Yeah.
you kind of just take it
Yeah.
for what it is.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah, this was wild. But I want to credit Jen Lyon because I think that's not easy to play sort of the mess and someone who's cheating and still give a likable, self-assured performance.
Yeah.
And I think
still
that
like
work
her.
we saw from her at the end was like really impressive as an
Her
actress.
cries are so impressive. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're good. I believe you.
I know. We've
Yeah.
got to try to get her on the show.
We should.
The other interesting thing is Desna and Jen. I expected this house thing to really put a wedge between their relationship, but they handled it like besties.
yeah.
Right. But speaking of that, I actually had we had someone in the live chat that mentioned, are they actually moving in together? And I'm like, that's a great question because I didn't understand either. Amber the Amazon, hey, thanks for checking in. She had mentioned, is Desna moving in with Jen or is Jen moving out of the house? Like, she's confused. Are they moving in together or are they?
I thought they're all
Live
moving
separate.
in because remember even Polly was like, hey, can me and my man move in too? So I feel like this just trying to make it a
Well-
whole big house.
Well, Polly, remember, she asked Desna to move into her place since Desna's moving out of hers. So I think Polly and her man are moving in Desna's old spot.
Yeah.
But now that Desna's coming over to Jen's place, is Jen moving out or is she staying, they all live in that big
It
house?
sounds like here's what I'm predicting. Right now, they're all going to live there together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that Zlata's not going to. She's going to say, no, this wasn't what I asked for. I asked for you to take the house.
Damn it.
That's what I'm guessing, but we'll see. Okay, but I was glad to see that Desna and Jen, were handling it like sisters.
I like their friendship.
Do we think Jen should be settling down with Bryce?
No,
Are you
not
guys
right now.
shipping Hank and Jen, Jank, or Bren?
Right now, neither. Only because I
Yeah.
feel like she needs a break. She
Yeah.
is
She
literally
needs a
a
break.
mess.
She's
and
confused.
if we're gonna compare it to real life, because we know it's a fictional TV show, but if we're gonna compare it to real life, like women, it's okay to not settle. And if you are a mess right now, accept it and do what you can to, get out of that, because you're gonna keep making the same mistakes and rebounding. And sorry, I'm preaching right now. I'm calling Dr. Phil.
No, it's good.
But
I'm here.
I really feel like she needs to smarten up, and I hope that the writers kind of make her into a progressive character because I don't want to always see her as a mess, to be honest. I like her being fun and bubbly.
I know. Yeah, it is that thing though where like you can't have a successful relationship until you love yourself first.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
And Jen has a lot of work she needs to do, I think, before she's able to date anyone
Girl,
or
love
be with
yourself.
anyone. Yes. So Jen's a mess, but I still love her. I want
Yeah.
to see her
She's
get
so
her
fun.
shit
Just
together.
do better.
Right,
Yeah.
Do better.
Just do better, girl. All right, Jen and Hank. Okay. We talked about it, but this cat fight. I mean, just bananas.
That was wild. And then Uncle Daddy's his little boyfriend with the
Evan
dominatrix.
Daigle,
Oh
we had
yeah,
him in,
with his
yeah.
dominatrix outfit.
That was so
like,
funny.
what?
But I really love that because
Me
I
too.
like how they were just all in for each other. They're
Yes.
one
Yeah.
big family actually. Let's say sisters, but they're a huge family.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that too. When they followed Jen to the actual dance competition, they were there for her and then followed her out to the house. And then like out of nowhere, when Desna heard the screaming on the phone, like they all ran in as a unit. Like they're
Yeah.
an army. They're a whole team. Like one
I like
breaks, they
that.
all break.
Yeah.
And so I just like to see that cat fight. It was legit. They were upset.
Yeah. Even the fact that they won't even leave the nail salon. Like Desna last episode was like, "Here's the keys. I'm done." They're like, "No,
No.
we go where you go."
Yeah.
So I like that.
It's very powerful.
This dance scene too, I just kept having to think about where did they find an actor who's like a perfect cowboy hat wearing redneck
Right.
to like start saying rim job, and like I was just thinking about being on set and like watching that guy do that. This was also nuts, but
Yeah.
so Claws. I mean, I loved it.
Claws is always going to give it to you good. Like they're going to give you all the craziness
are.
that
Yes.
you want and expect. So I love that about them. Especially every scene I can think of, like from last episode at the nursing home, this episode with the dancers and the red bottoms as nurses. Like it's just they're going to give you what you don't expect, and that's what I like about it. So
Amen.
Simone in our live chat said, "World star."
Very world
epic,
star.
yes.
Very world star. That's hilarious. Okay, we have to talk about this abortion, but
Please.
before we do, Jamie, I would love for you to tell the fans about our new incentives here at AfterBuzz.
it is time for news and segments.
No,
right?
I
Oh.
want to hear about subscriptions. I want to hear about yeah.
Oh, of course. All
Yeah.
right, you guys. Hey, After Buzzers. Here at the network, we produce after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. Think about all the favorite TV shows that you might have. I got like a couple of them. So it could be from drama, reality TV, sci-fi, whatever you can think of. We are more than likely reviewing and reacting to
Florida-based
it.
nail
Yeah.
shows. You know?
Yes. I mean, any little thing that you can think of, we probably have it. And
Yes.
so instead of just Googling, you can always subscribe. You can also hit the bell. That way you can be notified. And if you don't put the notification, don't worry, we won't bother you. But it's going to help us a ton. And of course, you have a lot in it for you. That way you know exactly what to go to. You're directed right there. And if you're wondering, okay, well, what other shows do they have? Well, we have, of course, drama. You are on our drama channel, so make sure you subscribe. We also feature shows like The Bold Type, The Affair. The Affair is supposed to be really, really good, you guys. Love Is, Queen of the South, Claws, 13 Reasons Why, and
yes.
Queen Sugar. So again, if you have not done so, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on all of our wonderful platforms.
Yeah, guys, YouTube is so smart, and I know
Yeah, they
that the subscription thing, it can feel like, oh man, I don't want to get notifications. Again, you can turn off those notifications so you're just subscribed.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're saying, hey YouTube, I love the AfterBuzz dramas, I love Claws, and YouTube will actually start to suggest videos that fit your, I mean, it's the perfect way to not only customize your AfterBuzz experience, but your YouTube experience as a whole.
Yeah.
And guys, to be honest, it helps us a lot. And you know, we
Yeah.
bring you this content for free, we got to keep the lights on. So just go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now.
And it doesn't hurt you, you know. Think about it. If I want to watch a show like, of course, The Wonderful Claws, and I have all of these budding opinions, I can hit up the live chat. And if I can't make it live, I can, of course, go to the video once it's already posted. So I recommend it.
I did it, so and that's the
Hey,
decision I made.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's what we'll do. I'm going to give you guys 2 seconds to subscribe right now.
Okay.
1, 2.
Did you do
Okay.
it? I think some of you guys didn't do it yet, so I'm just gonna one more chance.
All right. One more time.
1, 2.
All right.
All right.
Awesome. So go
We
ahead,
love you
hit that
guys.
subscribe button, guys. Okay, we gotta talk about abortion.
Yes.
Claws is never one to shy away from controversial topics.
They're not.
I loved this.
Did you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, me too. I'm not really the one to like talk like much about abortion and get my feelings and thoughts behind it because I really do feel like it is a woman's choice, and there's so many controversies about that topic particularly. But I just love how it was every emotion in one when they were talking about it. Like it was a comical one, it was sad, it was fun, it was informative. Like everything that they did with that PSA was just it was epic to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of like I loved some of it. I thought some of it might have been a little like I felt do you guys watch the show Glow at all?
I don't. I heard good
I've
things
seen
about
it on Netflix,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I will say, I think that show handled it a little more subtly. Like I will say, I mean, Claus has never been a subtle show, but all those abortion protesters, like maybe they were ramped up a bit. But I know that's what the show's trying to do, and it's trying to show us the two sides of the issue. I will say, though, I loved the Brady Bunch moment.
Me
Me too.
I thought that was such an interesting... See, that moment felt a lot more thoughtfully presented than maybe the initial protesters did.
100% did.
So that was my favorite part of this sequence.
Yeah, well, I was looking up this article on Vulture, and remember the EP? I'm sorry, the EP that I was talking about last week. Her name is Janine Sherman Baroy. So she actually directed this episode, and so what she said was that they actually had it originally set in a nail salon. Then she was like, no, we want to change it to like the Brady Bunch inspired squares, and so that way each character got kind of like their own screen time. And if you notice, there were some people in the squares that we didn't know.
Yeah.
So she did that way to kind of symbolize how every woman has a story. There's no men in there specifically for a reason.
Right.
And I thought that was genius that she did that. So, for instance, she's like Quiet Anne. Oh my goodness, that twist. I was not expecting
either.
that at
Me either.
all. What did you guys think of that?
I mean, I loved it.
Me too.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, each episode, we're kind of getting more of a feel of who they really are. Like it's an eye opener. So for Quiet Anne to reveal that, it shocked me. But I know Quiet Anne has such of a story. You know, she just doesn't talk much. She doesn't
Right.
share her. She's always there listening or just having someone's back.
Yeah.
But everyone's story is important. Everyone has a story to tell. Just because they don't talk or they don't tell you or, you know, they're not always happy. Like, that's just a really good PSA as well. Like, everyone
Yeah,
has a story to tell.
everyone has a story.
So, I mean, I love that part.
Yeah.
And apparently, Baroy says that they're going to bring more of that into future episodes. So I'm really, really excited
okay.
to see that. Let us know if you guys are excited too in the comments and the
Yes.
live chat, because I'm trying to think like we already know that her daughter was taken away from her. She hasn't seen her since, but I'm like, what could they possibly put into this? And knowing Claus and all the writers, they're going to make it crazy. So I'm really, really excited about
I
it.
just hope we get more of like everyone else's like backstory. Like I want to know Virginia's backstory. Like why is
Polly's?
she
Stripping.
Polly's a
Yeah,
person? Yeah.
Polly
Why
for
does she have
sure.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different personalities?
I know.
I mean, like
I can't wait for hers.
I can't wait.
Well, and I love how I think this plot was handled when it was the most personal. I think like whenever the show's instinct was to make the issue of abortion personal, that's when I was most moved by it. So when like Dean fires back and he's like, "Listen, I grew up in foster care."
Yeah.
Dean.
What did he say? He goes, it seems like you guys care about the baby
Yeah,
only when it's in the womb, but when it comes out, that was a really powerful.
You be doing things about human trafficking in Libya. I think he's genius.
Yeah. Exactly.
Speaking of Dean, how do we feel about Dean and I want to say Carucci, but Virginia. Yeah, thank you.
I like him.
I kind of like it too.
It's grown on me.
I like it, but I just really hope Virginia doesn't break his heart. She said that she loves him, and that blew me by surprise because I couldn't see Virginia really settling down with anybody just yet. I mean, she's still wild, has a lot of growing up to do. And Dean seemed like a very sweet, genuine guy.
For sure.
And with him being autistic, I mean, he doesn't make him, doesn't make him dumb or anything.
No.
But I'm saying, like, he has serious feelings.
And earnestness.
Earnestness. So I just hope that she didn't take that for granted. But I was kind of hoping they kept the baby. Is that just me?
Well, it's like you always want them to, depending on what the circumstance might be. But even just seeing them in that abortion clinic, I'm like, first of all, Carucci's acting. The crying, I was like, go ahead, Carucci. You did that. She did
I'm so happy for
amazing.
her.
So I feel like from the emotion that she was portraying, I think that she is really falling for Dean. And I also think that, I think it might actually go to be more because she's maybe never felt a love like this before. She came from a very different lifestyle. She's very much from the stripper lifestyle. So she may not have felt that love and affection. So it's very new to her. So maybe she really is in love and maybe she could turn a new leaf.
I hope it works out. But, we see that Dean proposed to her, which was so beautiful and so cute with the ring pop.
Yeah.
But I was
was
expecting
cute.
Virginia to say yes. So do you think they're going to really get married?
Well, I think she did say yes.
She said
She
yes.
did.
Oh, you're
I
saying
wasn't
you did
expecting
make
her
that.
to say yes.
Do you guys think that
This
it's
was
really
such a
gonna
smart,
come to
just quickly, I
pass?
have to shout out this director because
Yeah.
I'm sure the decision to put the ring pop in her mouth, it's like, it's like what an infantile image. It's like we have her accepting the ring pop and then putting it in her mouth. Like that was just a very symbolic of her maturity level. I thought in a really smart
Also
way.
because ring pops dissolve. So,
Yeah.
they don't last forever.
Yeah, I'm here
good
for
answer.
it from a plot perspective. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how this plays out. Do I have hopes for Dean and Virginia? Not necessarily, but
Why?
Well, I like them together.
Okay.
I don't see the writers making that easy for us
Okay.
or
Oh,
for
yeah,
them,
for sure.
But I weirdly I would never have thought in episode 1 of this show I would want them together, but props to the writers.
Yeah, this episode, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of liking it.
Me too.
Definitely. This is a fun comment from Nakia Emanuel in the chat. She says, Dean is the smartest person on the show.
Yes.
He's speaking real truth in every scene.
100%.
I agree with you.
Seriously. But his whole speech when they're walking to the abortion clinic, I was like, you go, Dean.
Yeah.
Go, Dean. Like, we need this.
If we had more Deans in the world, goodness.
Seriously.
I think that's mostly everything I've got in terms of coverage. We have some other segments, but do you guys have anything else about the show before we move on?
I want to know what Roller is up to.
Yeah.
It seems like he's plotting and scheming something, and I hate to say this, but it seems like his pickle is being used a lot.
Oh my goodness,
where he doesn't want to, actually put it to use, but it's just being taken from him.
You've been used and abused.
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean, we
goodness.
saw the scene with him and Olga, and he was not entertained. He was not
Poor
into
Roller.
it.
That made me
Poor
uncomfortable.
thing.
Did that make
Yeah.
anybody else uncomfortable seeing him and Olga?
Weird. I felt
Yeah.
that. I felt weird because I almost felt like he was just being taken advantage of.
It's so interesting how this show is always subverting gender stereotypes, and Roller is by far the most frequent sex object of this show.
Yes.
Think about season 1; he was a sex slave to that woman,
Right.
and now he's a sex slave to these Russians.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
such an interesting just take on like the sex slave trope in a show.
Yeah.
Super
I like how
interesting.
they're switching it around, though. I think it's very necessary. Gives me like a different perspective. I like
Right,
it.
it's very Claws
Yeah,
for sure.
very.
But what exactly what Roller was up to when Olga walked away and he was like, looking through stuff and getting his stuff and walking out? Like, I want to know, what is he scheming? Because he's plotting something.
He's getting that
And-
intel, I think.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's doing it for his sake or is he doing it for the family? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Like, is he going to turn on everyone?
That is a good question.
We'll have to save that for predictions.
Okay. Yeah.
But I will get to it for sure. Any other thoughts before we move on to our song spotlight? Steve, can you bounce that song we came into? That was that Aquafina song, My
Bounce
Bad.
that track.
I just want to quickly talk about it because Aquafina's hot right now, right? So if you guys didn't know, if you've seen Ocean's 8, she plays the pickpocket in that movie.
Yeah.
Super fun performance. But this is the song that made her who she is. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
she was directly responding to Mickey Avalon's song My Dick, which came out in 2006. This was like her feminist take on it, and the video very quickly gained 2 million views. She then released an LP called Yellow Ranger, which I quite enjoy.
I
And
gotta
she's
look her up. 'cause I
she's
had no
great.
idea.
Now she's acting. So she was in Neighbors 2, and of course she's going to be in Crazy Rich Asians this summer, which I think looks really
Nice.
good, with Constance Wu, and Ocean's 8, which I thought was great. But I think we are seeing seeing her at the beginning of her career, and she's got a really big one ahead. So.
And honestly, I have to say, I do love the fact that we're seeing a female Asian in the spotlight because, let's be honest, I can't name a lot on one hand. And I think that is phenomenal that she's getting this type of attention.
Definitely.
So more power to her.
Yeah, well, we'll keep bringing you guys music from the show, and it's kind of fun to have Awkwafina featured this week because I think she's a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Jamie, you've got some news for us, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, let us hear about this news.
All right. Let's see here.
TV News.
All right, you guys. So for news, we have so many things. So I know that a lot of people are fans of the show. So as I pull up everything here, we had an amazing article from Karuchi. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have heard of EXO Nicole.
I have.
You have?
Yes.
She's awesome. She started off
she's
as
amazing.
Nicole Bitchy as this entertainment blog. She's amazing. But now she's turned into EXO Nicole, which is like a women's empowerment website. It is awesome. I also recommend that you guys check that out. But Karuchi has an article where she talks about her struggles, her insecurities, and really just her rise to fame, really. So as I pulled that up, she was basically talking about how she realized that everyone has their own story. Isn't that true? I have my own story.
Yeah.
And just because I didn't grow up in theater or on Broadway or as a child actor doesn't mean I can't do this.
That's facts.
That is awesome. That's
mean,
actually very true.
Anyone who's hating on her right now, she proved them wrong this episode. in that
Yeah.
abortion
did.
clinic.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. That's
She
really
might have
abortion
given
clinic.
us the best performance of this episode. I mean, everyone's amazing, but that's not easy work she
It's
had
not.
to do.
Goodness.
Yeah.
No, I mean, each episode you can tell that she's progressing every time. So I'm rooting for Karuchi.
Yeah, and so also I like to catch up on the cast and see what they're doing. So Niecy Nasha posted on her Instagram just this clip of Claws. It's being reenacted by some of RuPaul's Drag Race contestants like Bob and many others. And so they're showing this on YouTube. So you can also search it on YouTube. Just search Drag Queens on Claws, Bob the Drag Queens, and everything that you see up there on the screen. And you should find it. It is hilarious. In fact, every cast member has actually posted this on their social media. So if they like it, I love it.
Nice. Awesome.
And then also, so Dean Norris, he is also on Instagram. I don't know if anyone will follow
Yes.
him, but if you look at the picture, to his left is actually the creator of the show, Mr. Elliott, and then to the right is Miss Janine Sherman Baroy. She is the one who we were talking about, Girl Power. That is her to the right. Look at that fro. Yeah. And then of course we have our Twitter. So we love when you guys are commenting. We had I know let's see, Diamonds and Dimples
Dimples and
Valentina.
yes.
She showed us so much love, and she even shouted out you and me, Jasmine. She says,
Hey.
welcome. So thank you so much for all of that love. And let's see here. We even have our YouTube comments, guys. We look at those too.
Yes.
We even have like Bernaja Rocks, who's given us some love. Everyone that says something. Like even we have someone that says, Jasmine, proud of you. Let them see you. That you're the one.
Oh, hey.
Woo,
Hi,
I like
Tiana.
that.
Hi, Tiana.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in.
So we love when you guys are commenting on
Yes.
our show, commenting about the show, what you like, what you didn't like. We're here for all of it. So keep it coming. And last but not least, just remember, Claws is on Hulu. Season 1, Claws is on Hulu. So if you have missed out on any of it, make sure to check it out.
Awesome.
All
I
right.
did not know that. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah,
I
of
love it. All right, guys. It's the end of our show, which means we have our last segment. It is, of course, our predictions. And now,
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Jazz, let's start with you.
I love these lights.
I know. It's the best.
Gives me my element.
We're clubbing in here, y'all.
I have so many predictions, but I mean, just bouncing back what I was saying before about Roller, my guess is that he's really up to something that's probably going to save all of them if he plays his cards right. I mean, we all know that Zlatan and her team can't be trusted, and it seems like they have to constantly obey her orders unless they want to pretty much be assassinated. So I'm curious of that, whatever he's planning to do, Roller, maybe overthrowing them, is he going to get caught? And at the very end, what just irked me was that Dr. Greg was there at the house when Des was there too, and they didn't see each other.
Yeah.
So I'm really thinking that the next episode's going to open up when she's walking down the stairs or she's outside, with helping the girls. And he's going to walk on the front too, and they're going to see each other at the same time. I think that's going to spin our heads.
You guys,
Scared.
I definitely see what you mean from there. My prediction is with, wait for it, Desna and Roller and Dr. Ruval. Here's the thing. So I think that once she finds out what Dr. Ruval is all about, I know that we're saying that she no longer has feelings for Roller, but I don't know, you guys. I really have a feeling that maybe like 1 or 2 episodes up ahead, she might catch feelings for Roller once she finds out about who Dr. Ruval is. It might just be a sexual thing, who knows? But I could see it happening, and let me know if you guys agree, because I have an inkling, and I think I'm right. I don't know.
I don't think we've seen the end of Jen's mom. I
yeah.
feel like you don't have that happen and just not address it.
Yeah, like, oh, bye. No, she's coming back.
I'm worried we might be seeing some like a mental health decline with Jen.
I was scared. I thought you were going to say they're going to see a new relationship with Bryce and her mom.
Oh no.
I was going to say, I hope not. Please, Lord.
Oh
Please,
no.
Lord. No.
I don't know. I'm a little worried about Jen's stability right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what happens. But one thing I can promise you guys is that we'll be back here next week, Monday
That's
at 4
right.
p.m.
Same time.
here on AfterBuzz TV. Ladies, I had so much fun today.
Same,
This was
same.
great.
It was a great episode.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely, yeah. Y'all are fun conversation partners. It's been really fun. But it's not just them, guys. We have all of you out there on the internet too, whether that be on Twitter
That's right.
or on YouTube. I know some of you guys are probably driving or doing laundry right now, listening on the podcast. But we have a YouTube show, and our producer Steve is doing a lot of cool stuff in the booth where you
Thanks,
can see
Steve.
Aquafina
Steve.
bringing out media. We love you in the booth, Steve. But check out his amazing work on the YouTube and comment below. We will see you next week, guys. My name's Jeff. If you want to find me online and talk to me, you can do that at Jeffrey C. Graham. How about the rest of you
You
guys?
can find me on all social media platforms at I'm Jazzy. That's Jazzie.
Or you can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimi Gray, because someone else stole my name on there, so just patience. And then on Instagram at Jaimi Gray.
All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.